Welcome everybody. Just still getting things set up here on my end. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, I just kind of had this idea last night and just kind of wanted to get your guys' feedback, see what you think. I have added, I got one of those like 3D puzzles. So I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. And I've got my poster and then my nice little 3D puzzle of Hogsmeade. So I'm still slowly adding to that collection. I've got a couple more that I do want to get. But yeah, this live stream is going to be about an exciting event. I feel like, at least. I think it's a cool idea that I came up with, and just kind of want, ultimately to be able to get your guys' feedback, kind of see what you think, and see if that's the type of content that you guys might be interested in checking out. So the idea, just kind of brushstrokes, is so a friend of mine, he's got a 2015 Corvette Stingray. He's going to be letting me borrow it next weekend. So I believe I pick it up from him next Thursday, and I'm going to have it until next Monday. So for next week, I'm kind of going to be doing a combination of two. So first, I'm going to be Doordashing all week. When I say all week, I mean I am going to be maximizing my time every single day. So I'm going to be doing 10 to 12 hours per day. I'm really going to try and hit that 100-hour mark for the week. Being I live in California, purely doing DoorDash to get to 100 hours, I won't be able to do. Because Prop 22, which passed last November, says that as an independent contractor, we cannot work more than 12 hours in any 24-hour period on a platform. So that being said, you do the math with DoorDash, even if I did 12 hours for 7 days, that only equates to 84 hours. That means the remaining 16 hours I would need to do through like Uber Eats or Grubhub or something like that. So my plan is I'm going to hit the 84 hours on DoorDash, and then I'm going to do the remaining 16 hours on Uber Eats. So what I'm going to be doing is, and I'm going to have the times for everything so that everybody can clearly see that while I'm doing Uber Eats, I am not also running DoorDash at the same time. So you can see that I'm truly hitting that 100 hours that I want to hit. And then the first half of the week, I'm just going to be in my regular car, and then the second half of the week, when I pick up the Corvette, I'm going to be doing the same thing, just going to be orders in the Corvette, but then I'm also going to do a separate video, just kind of some fun, having some fun with the car, make it exciting. And, when I had this idea, I kind of thought at the same time, if I could turn this into some type of series where I'm dashing in different types of vehicles. So whether that be vehicles that friends let me borrow or vehicles that I may find on, different like vehicle renting websites. Just something that I can make it kind of exciting and enjoyable for you guys. And then just kind of change it up, do different things. Just kind of have fun, have fun with it. And, I'll still be making money after you know, like the cost, and especially with the Corvette and the price of gas, that's not the most fuel efficient vehicle by any means, but I think it'll still be a good time. It'll still be a lot of fun, and I think it'll be worth it long term. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, any ideas, kind of what you guys are thinking in terms of whether that's something you would like to see. I don't know if I've really seen anybody doing any of that kind of stuff, or if they are doing that kind of stuff, it's not done very well to make it enjoyable or to make it something that you guys might want to watch. So I'm really going to push to make it an enjoyable experience and, you know, have a lot of fun with it, especially in the Corvette. I'm just hoping that we have good weather next weekend, so that I can maximize that experience, and so that I can have, you know, as much fun as possible, because I'm not trying to wreck a Corvette by any means. Definitely not trying to wreck a Corvette. And yeah, I think it'll be exciting. So that's kind of my plan with what I want to do. So the first half being, sorry, I'm just checking out some data on my other computer here as I'm talking to you guys. The first half being you know, hitting as many hours as I can, and then the second half being first half hitting as many hours as I can, second half still hitting as many hours as I can, but also having fun in the Corvette. And then also maybe looking at expanding to where, you know, I utilize different cars, fun cars, not boring cars. You know, maybe some BMWs, maybe, depending on what's available in my marketplace. There's some people that have like the Polaris slingshots, which I think those would be pretty cool. Just kind of want to make it an enjoyable experience. And in terms of the 100 hours, I just want to see if that's something I can hit. I've seen a lot of people reach for said goal, and a lot of times they come up short, which I'm not faulting them by any means. I couldn't fathom driving for 100 hours in a week, because that's pretty much your life for that entire week. You're not doing anything else. You're delivering, you get home, shower, go to sleep, wake up the next day, back at it. So my family, they are on board with it. So I'm hoping it can be a good and a fun experience. As far as I can, I've booked all my dashes out already. For this coming week, the only days I have not been able to book are Saturday and Sunday. So I'm hoping that I can get those booked pretty soon. But yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Doing as many hours as we can, making as much money as we can, but then second half of the week, doing deliveries in a Corvette. I mean, for space sake, that's not going to be the greatest, but I think it will be a blast. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I will do everything I can to make that experience as fun as I can, especially for you guys watching. I've got a couple different ideas that I've kind of been jotting down that I'm going to work on and kind of see how that pans out. So I don't want to give everything away. But yeah, so that I'm going to start filming for that starting tomorrow. And I'm probably not going to have any time to work on editing that video at all next week. So next week, you're probably not going to see a video from me, only because I'm going to be working to hit that 100 hours doing Doordash and Uber Eats. But then the following week, I am going to be working on editing that video and putting it all together and getting it out for you guys. So it's probably going to be a few different videos because there's going to be a ton of video clips. I'm not going to want to make the video too long. So there may be 2 or 3 videos that pertain to the week of door dashing for next week. And then I'm going to do a separate video with just the Corvette and some of the Corvette experiences and kind of how that went for me in terms of the cost. And then also, like I mentioned, just making it fun, you know, doing some fun things in the Corvette, you know, nothing extremely dangerous by any means. Like I said, I'm not trying to wreck a Corvette. Just want to have fun and make it fun. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you guys have done anything like this before. If you've seen anybody who has done anything like this before, or just kind of what ideas or what questions you guys have, even if they just pertain to DoorDash or Uber Eats. If you guys have any questions about the platform, how it works, how deliveries work, anything DoorDash, Uber Eats related, I can help you out with. I do not have Grubhub. I've been on their wait list now for like 9 months. I touched base with them maybe a month ago, 3 weeks to a month ago. Still on the wait list. Still don't have any openings. Nothing I can do about that. Instacart, if you have questions about Instacart, I have done quite a few Instacart batches. So I can answer those as well. Kind of like I mentioned earlier in terms of my setup. So I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. So I've got my Hogwarts Castle poster, and I did get one of these 3D puzzles. They're pretty sick, I must say. Here, I'll show you guys the box. I think they're pretty cool. And my plan is to get as many of them as possible. So that's the box for it. And it's a 3D puzzle. So I kind of like it. You know, it's got nice depth to it. It's pretty decent size. I mean, I wish it could be a little bit bigger, but for the purposes I'm using it for, I think it's pretty good size. I want to get more of these. So they've got some of like Diagon Alley. They've got some of the castle. They've got quite a few of these Harry Potter ones, so I plan on getting a bunch of them. Just so I can kind of make this area a little more appealing back here. So it's not as boring just on, you know, a gray backdrop and whatnot. But yeah, with this DoorDash idea, I'm extremely excited about it. I think it's gonna be a lot of work. Number one, but number two, if I can even if I can just make $20 an hour, which in my market, even on bad days, I make like 25 per hour. But let's just say I'm able to make 20 per hour. If I can hit that 100 hours and I'm averaging 20 an hour across the 100 hours, that's $2,000. I don't know anybody right now who could sit down and say, well, nah, you know, I can't use $2,000. Now, I understand there's gas, there's taxes, so it's not a true $2,000 that I'm keeping, but it's still going to be very worthwhile. Even if I only keep 1,500 of it, or if I keep 1,200 of it, still going to be very beneficial. Especially going back to kind of the purpose of why I'm doing these is our Disney World trip that we need to fill the coffers for this year. So we can do Disney World again as a family, debt-free this year. It's definitely nice to have. It's nice to be able to control your own schedule. I know there are a lot of people who somehow feel like doing DoorDash or Uber Eats or Instacart, any of these delivery platforms in this gig economy, there are a lot of people who feel like those types of jobs are below them somehow. But what I will say, depending on your market, you can, with no experience, make really good money. And it's in your control. So if you work a regular 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, you can do delivery Saturday and Sunday. Or if you only work part-time, you can do the deliveries the other time. Or you can do deliveries with your kids. Make it a family experience. It doesn't have to be something where you're just, leaving your family to go make additional money. You can take them with you. We do a lot of orders with all of us as a family. We hop in our minivan. It's got a DVD player. They bring snacks, bring water, do deliveries on like a Friday night, a Saturday night. Friday night's not going to be as likely anymore because they finally opened up soccer here in California. So my kiddos yesterday actually had their first official game, which was super exciting. So Friday nights might be off the table just because of their soccer games or sports. But Saturday night, we can still do them as a family. And, have fun. Spend time with each other. I see a lot of people who do deliveries with their kids, especially, with how many people are still hurting across the U.S. in terms of their finances, the amount of debt they've accumulated. They might be fighting with their unemployment office, trying to get their unemployment figured out. They don't have any money. They need money. Doing these deliveries, you can make that money, and, there's a small fee if you want to cash out the same day, but if you make $200, I think DoorDash charges like $1.99. So, if you have some bills to pay, if you need food, you need groceries, you can cash that out. Yeah, you're going to pay $1.99, but you get the money today. And there's definitely a benefit to that. Most people who work a traditional job, you do the work, and then you're paid for the work a week or two after you do the work. Now, I know that's kind of the standard in our society, but when you do these kind of deliveries, that doesn't have to be the standard. There could be times where you forgot about a particular bill and you need to pay it by tomorrow or they're going to turn something off. So you go out and you can do as many deliveries as humanly possible, or if you're doing Instacart, as many batches as humanly possible. Make as much as you can. You could cash out the same day and pay that bill the next day. So, there are a lot of benefits to these gig economy jobs. Here in California, we had this thing called Prop 22. Prop 22, so California State Legislature, previous to Prop 22, had passed a bill called AB 5. And what they wanted to do was take individuals that worked in the gig economy by and large, across the gig economy in California, and they wanted to classify them as W-2 employees. And there was a lot of support for that, but the vast majority of people who do deliveries, they didn't want that. They don't want a schedule. They want to make their schedule. They don't want certain provisions that were in there. So we had Prop 22 here in California, and Prop 22 pretty much said, look, let's keep all gig economy workers still considered contractors, 1099 employees, but we're going to add additional protections in there. if you do so many delivery hours, they have to provide you certain subsidy to get medical insurance, or they need to give you time for things like sick leave, just additional protections for you, the driver. Another big one here in California, which I don't know if people had issues with this, definitely doesn't exist in my marketplace. The state minimum wage is $15 an hour. I think currently they're at $13 an hour because they're increasing it little by little every year till they hit 15. You have to make so much money. It's like 120 or 130% of the minimum wage per hour. And that's purely just what the platform's paying you. They cannot, by law, factor your tips into this amount. So if you were active doing deliveries for 10 hours, let's say the minimum wage was $10, and your pay from Doordash was not $100 for those 10 hours, Doordash offsets. So say you only made 70 from Doordash, that additional 30 Doordash would give you to hit the 100. So kind of with this video idea, like I've mentioned, I'm going to be door dashing as much as humanly possible next week. My plan is to hit 100 hours for the week. Whether I'll be able to do that or not, I don't know. I have taken the last few days off of dashing just so that I can get my mind right where it needs to be, so that I can make this push and hit that hourly amount that I'm looking for. And then also, just kind of as an incentive, as a bonus to myself, once I get the Corvette, I'm going to want to drive that thing as much as possible, because I don't have a Corvette. I've driven a Corvette once in my life, and it was a friend of mine. He had a 1997 Corvette, which was still a blast, but nothing like what this Corvette's going to be. So just to kind of recap, the Corvette I'm getting from my buddy, it's a 2015 Corvette Stingray. Super excited. Super excited. I'm going to be doing orders as much as humanly possible in that vehicle, having as much fun as I can, doing everything I can to not get any tickets. I think if I can avoid getting any tickets, that'll be a major win. But I wanted to make something that would be exciting and fun for people to watch and have fun while doing it. You know, trying to figure out where I'm going to get the camera set up in the car. Trying to figure out, do I have enough room for my hot bag? Because my hot bag, I have a big, one of the insulated duffel bag ones. How am I going to get that to fit? What's the gas mileage going to look like? Just kind of the experience as a whole, you know, and having fun with it too. So let me know if you guys have any questions, you guys have any comments, what you guys think of that idea. And then depending on how well that idea does, I may do kind of a little series where maybe every couple weeks, I may be using a different friend's vehicle to get something like this filmed, or maybe I'm looking at renting a vehicle, you know, different type of vehicle, depending on what's available in my marketplace. Just kind of see, you know, how much fun we can have in the experience, talking about doing orders and one of these kind of vehicles, and the weather, and just everything as a whole. I love driving. I absolutely love driving. I think the biggest reason is because I love listening to music while I drive. So I couldn't think of anything better than, for a weekend, driving a Corvette, having a blast while driving the Corvette, while at the same time listening to some good music, the windows down. It's a hardtop Corvette. It's not a convertible, unfortunately, but that's okay. Windows down, music on, delivering food and having fun. And then also, if we get any good customer reactions. I don't think the average person who's ordering food from a delivery platform, I don't think they're expecting that you're going to pull up in a really nice car. Not that they think everybody drives clunkers necessarily, but I think they might be a little shocked to see somebody pull up in a Corvette, or if they were to see somebody pull up in a particular type of vehicle. So that's kind of where the idea stemmed from, kind of the curiosity, the fun I can have, any customer interactions. And then also maybe, any interactions from the store or the restaurant. A lot of places are still, curbside pickup, or they bring the food to you. So who knows? I could have some funny interactions with restaurant employees who are bringing me food, and they're like, you work for Doordash and you have a Corvette? I think that could make for some good content. I think it'll be exciting. I think it'll be fun. I am excited for it. Have a little bit of fun. The only period of time that I'm going to be missing the next week that I'm going to have to make up for is both my kiddos have soccer games on Saturday. So I'm going to be missing a couple hours of delivery time on Saturday that I'll have to make up somewhere, which is fine. I'll figure out how to make it up, or how to best make it up, I should say. But I think that'll all be fine. One of the things I figured I would do is for each of my kiddos, because they are playing their games at different times, so I will probably take my kiddos to their games in the Corvette. I think that'll be exciting for them. I think they'll have fun with that. They'll appreciate that. At least I know I would. If I had somebody who could have, when I was a kid, bring me to one of my sports games, I would be extremely thrilled. So I think they will be as well. But yeah, that's kind of my idea. So 100-hour week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of that week, or of this coming week, is going to be in the Corvette content. Making it as exciting as I can. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dogs barking. They are going crazy in the backyard for whatever reason. Their barks are quite annoying, and I apologize for that. But I think this is going to be a fun idea. I think it's going to be an exciting idea. I think it can lead to, kind of like I mentioned, a fun and exciting series where I can utilize different vehicles and have fun with those vehicles. And I'll do silly cars too. I don't even care. I'll do a smart car. I really don't care. As long as I can do deliveries, I don't really care what car it is. And depending on what's available, I may be able to do some nice, Porsches or some nice BMWs. Like I mentioned earlier, some Polaris slingshots. Those are like those three-wheeled, they're not considered a motorcycle, but they have three wheels, two in the front, one in the back, and it's a permanent convertible. Those look really exciting and really fun as well. So we'll just kind of see what is available. I'll kind of gauge how these coming videos are going to do based on whether you guys enjoy them or not, and how much fun I can make them, which, like I said, I plan on making them as entertaining as possible. So I hope it's something that you guys will enjoy watching and that you guys will enjoy being a part of. As for today, the rest of the day, we just have a ton of cleaning to do. Nothing really exciting at all. Adulting at its finest. Cleaning and figuring out a way to get the kids to not want to assassinate one another. Cleaning days are probably the most difficult days in my household. I have 3 daughters, and they just do not work well together when they're cleaning. When they're playing, for the most part, they work pretty well together. When they're cleaning, they're not. Because each of them thinks that they have the best idea. This is the only way to do it. If you're not doing it the way I want you to do it, there's a problem, this, that, and the third. Just turns into a big headache. But I told my wife I would help out as much as possible today, since she knows I'm pretty much going to be unavailable all week next week, because I am going to be striving for that 100-hour delivery week. So everything that I can do now to help is going to make the next week a little bit easier. Getting ahead on certain things, make the week a little bit easier, and a little bit less stressful for her, so that I am able to accomplish this goal. Doing 100 hours of deliveries through Doordash. And in the video, I'm going to break everything down. So you're going to see start time, the stop time, how many hours per day, how many deliveries, how much money we made for every day the entire week, any entertaining things that happened. But then also, Thursday, I'm getting my buddy's Corvette. So I'm going to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday doing deliveries in the Corvette, which I think will be extremely fun. I'm going to make some fun content from that. Getting people's reactions to that, if I get any reactions from people. The area I live in, I know I've mentioned in some of my other videos, it's a little bit more upscale. So seeing a Corvette is not a big deal necessarily in my area. You see Corvettes every single day. You see a lot of them every single day. But I think the part that could trip people up is seeing somebody deliver food in a Corvette. Because the average person ordering these types of delivery services, they're not thinking that somebody delivering with DoorDash would be able to make enough to have that nice of a vehicle. So I'm hoping we can get some good interactions from customers, good interactions from the public, good interactions from the restaurants. I hope it's a type of video that you guys will want to see, that you guys will enjoy seeing. So that's kind of my idea. So I'm probably going to end this live stream here in about 1.5 minutes, just so we can get our cleaning done for the day. If you guys have any questions, any comments, any ideas, what you guys think of this idea, whether it's the type of idea or type of video that you guys would want to see, go ahead and drop me a comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel about this idea. Let me know what you're excited about. Let me know what, just kind of what you think, just so we can make this a fun experience for everybody. Sorry, with spring coming up, I keep my throat extremely dry. It's getting kind of frustrating. Yeah, so if this is the kind of content you guys want to see, subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate that. My channel's still growing quicker than I ever thought it could. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. And then also, if you guys want to support my channel, so I am not monetized yet, but I do put a lot of time into these videos and the videos that I'm going to be making in the future. So if you guys appreciate this content, if you guys have the ability and you would like to support my channel, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/aveteransview. Buy Me a Coffee, they're an awesome website. They kind of help people who are doing, who are content creators, be able to kind of monetize their content right away. If, their fans or their viewers have the means to do so or are willing to do so. It's a simple process. You can buy one coffee, you could buy 5 coffees, you can do a monthly subscription. They give you quite a few different options, and they make it fun. But also, if you guys are looking at maybe doing your own content, I would definitely look at Buy Me a Coffee as being a tool you could use right from the get-go. They're pretty awesome. Their customer service is great. Their payouts, they use PayPal and they use Skrill, I believe. They take a very low portion of what you make, way smaller than things like Patreon and these other types of websites. But then you as the content creator, you can also set up stuff on there similar. So you can set up different membership levels, different tier levels that come with certain benefits. You can even change it. So if you don't like coffee, you can make it Buy Me a Taco. You can make it Buy Me a Burrito. You can make it Buy Me a Burger. It doesn't just purely have to be Buy Me a Coffee. So with that, guys, I appreciate you guys checking out this live stream. Like I said, just quick recap. 100 hours of Doordash deliveries next week, starting tomorrow. That's going to be fun. A friend of mine's letting me borrow his Corvette on Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those deliveries will be in his Corvette. That's going to be exciting. Video series idea is maybe every week or every couple weeks, I might look at renting a different type of vehicle. Some vehicles might be quirky vehicles. Some vehicles might be fun vehicles. Just having a good time. Providing good content to you guys. So with that, thank you for checking out this live stream. Like I mentioned, you have any comments, drop them down below. If this is the kind of content you guys want to see, like this live stream. And then also let me know what your ideas are. I definitely would like to be able to factor those into this type of video. So with that, I'll talk to you guys later.